Thank you very much. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Pleasure to meet you. My name is Grant Spencer. I am the mortgage branch manager here for the Rochester office. And today we have two special guests with us, Miss Anne Marie Rogers, a loan officer out of Plymouth, as well as Miss Brianna Tinsley as well, to help answer some of the questions on our topic today. Let me start by handing over to them to do a quick introduction of themselves. Anne Marie, would you like to start us off with a quick introduction?
Sure. Hi, I'm Anne Marie Rogers. I'm a loan officer at our Plymouth branch. I also am available at our East Point branch on Thursdays of every week. And I'm occasionally at the Evergreen branch. So there's a lot of flexibility if you are interested in meeting with me at some point. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne Marie. And Brianna, tell us a little bit about yourself. Brianna, you're on mute.
Sorry about that. Yes. Okay. So my name is Brianna Tinsley. I'm a realtor with Thrive Realty Co. Our office is located in Troy, but I do service Oakland, Macomb, and Wayne counties. And I've been doing this for about 4 years, and probably be working with Anne Marie for about just as long as well. So, yeah.
Well, thank you, Brianna. Appreciate that. Well, today's topic, we're going to be talking about home buyer warranties when somebody goes to purchase a new home and how you can go ahead and protect yourself in that new home purchase. There are a lot of questions about this topic around, so our subject matter experts here are going to have a chance to answer some of your questions and some of the general pressing questions that everybody has about the process. So I'm just going to jump in right from the beginning. I'm going to start with Anne Marie. Anne Marie, one of the fallacies that's out there right now is that a home buyer's warranty and homeowners insurance are the same thing, but as we know, they're not. Can you kind of explain the differences between a home warranty and homeowners insurance?
Well, that's a really important distinction, Grant. A homeowner's policy is what covers your interest in the property should it be destroyed by fire or completely damaged by any sort of catastrophic event, whereas a home warranty is a short-term, often just 1-year policy that covers specific things that may go wrong in your home when you purchase them that may be very costly as a first-time home buyer, such as the furnace, major appliances, plumbing, or hot water heaters. And there are specific things that they do. It isn't blanket coverage, but it is something that can help people during that first year when they may have some catastrophic event just with independent things within their home, not with the total loss of the home in general.
That brings up another good side question as well for Brianna. I think might be best to answer this. Brianna, when it comes to the home warranty, what kind of things are covered underneath a home warranty when someone buys a home?
So most home warranties cover things like the attic, plumbing systems, electrical systems, your appliances in the home, the refrigerator, built-in stoves and microwaves and things like that, hot water heater, and parts of the furnace. It's not full blanket coverage of the entire appliance or the entire system, but some of the more costly things that could break or could malfunction is what it would cover.
That's an excellent point. Home warranties tend to go ahead and cover some of those major mechanical and structural issues with a home when somebody goes ahead and purchases it, allowing them some additional coverage from that standpoint. Anne Marie, who would be generally a good candidate for someone to get a home warranty?
Well, anyone purchasing a home from somebody else is a good candidate. In most cases, the realtor can negotiate for the seller to pay for this home warranty, and it's often after the home inspection that the buyer does at their own cost, and that they find things that may be some deferred maintenance, or find out that the furnace, for instance, is older than they would like it to be. The seller may offer a home warranty in order to ensure that nothing goes wrong with those items within the first year.
Brianna, Anne Marie makes a good point that we should touch base on here. Oftentimes, new homeowners get a homeowner's inspection on the property prior to closing the purchase on it. And oftentimes, there are things on the report that do end up coming up. Does a home warranty negate coverage on any of those items that may have popped up in an inspection?
No, it shouldn't negate anything of that. If anything, when you're negotiating for a home warranty, that would be a good spot for the seller to offer, or be open to offering. I mean, paying for a said home warranty, so they wouldn't have to fix any of the things that might break down later on the line, or that a buyer can't come back afterwards and be like, oh, this thing said it was going to be fixed and it wasn't fixed, and it's just very good protection all around to have.
I agree. And, we'd oftentimes think about home warranties protecting buyers to go ahead and cover them on any of those major structural and mechanical issues. But it also can be a point of negotiating leverage and a value for the seller to offer a home warranty initially upon listing. Brianna, what kind of additional benefit does it give to the seller to be able to offer a home warranty in the listing?
It could provide more, how do you say, make a buyer feel more comfortable too when they have a home warranty that is already suggested or already offered by the seller. It's really good for the seller to give them that boost when it comes to a buyer's market as well. It makes them more competitive and makes their house a little bit more appealing. And then it also gives buyers that comfort of just like, oh, if they're willing to give this home warranty, they must know there's not that much wrong with the house. These
Mhm.
are just general, ideas that people would come up with while they're doing their home search.
All right. Anne Marie, how does a borrower use a home warranty if an issue comes up after closing?
Well, most home warranty companies are available 24/7, and they have either an opportunity for you to call an 800 number or to make an online claim for something that's gone wrong with your home.
Mhm. And
So it's
that's,
always going to be homeowner initiated.
and oftentimes you'd have to go ahead and take a look at some of the details of the home warranty itself. However, many of these places will go ahead and cover you up to the cost of installing a brand new unit, if we're talking about a mechanical thing within a home itself. So it's an excellent thing to be able to have, not only as the buyer, but also as the seller offering the property. Brianna, should a buyer get a home warranty when they're building a new home?
I actually think it's a good idea to get a home warranty for a new build. Just as with any home, new build or a prior home that's already been out there, there's nothing perfect in a house when you purchase it. There's always the potential for something to go wrong. So if you can save yourself a few thousand or a couple of $100 along the line by paying just a few hundred up front, then it's definitely beneficial.
This is very true. I know somebody personally who has had the home warranty for a number of years on his home and has two furnaces within that house as well, both of which went at the same time. And instead of having to go ahead and shell out multiple thousands of dollars to get those replaced, he was able to do it underneath his home warranty for a fraction of what the original cost would be. In general, let's ask Anne Marie here. You'd mentioned it earlier, the length that a home warranty is typically effective for the term of the policy. Anne Marie, how long are most home warranties in place to protect a buyer?
Most home warranties last 12 months. However, at the end of that 12-month, there usually are options for you to renew or extend that warranty for an additional cost.
It's a good segue there. Brianna, when we talk about extending the home warranty, how long can that home warranty be extended for the new buyer? And is there traditionally a cost associated with that annually?
Well, I know that the initial price for a home warranty is about around $500. Not usually anything more than that, sometimes a little less. And you can get it extended. Maybe if you talk with the home warranty company, you may be able to get it at a fraction of a cost, or it'll probably just be the same amount. But you can also opt in to get home warranties for certain companies that are 2 years and not just 1 year as well.
Brianna, in your role as an agent, have you ever seen a situation where one of your clients had to use the home warranty?
I have actually, and they were very grateful to actually have it. When they it was just a few months after they had purchased the home, there was something that happened with the furnace that needed to be fixed. I believe a gas leak or something like that. And they were able to call up their home warranty, let them know what the issue was, then call their contractor, get it fixed, and then have the home warranty see the receipt and pay that off for them at a deductible. With the
And
deductible.
how was their experience in doing that?
Oh, they were very grateful. I got a phone call that was just like, "Oh, thank you for suggesting that I get this home warranty. So glad that this helped me out." Because, I mean, when you think about it too, when you are getting ready to purchase a home, you're probably putting up a lot of money at the down payment, the closing costs. You may be tapping in out of your savings. So while you're saving up to try and rebuild that savings, it's good to have this in place so that you won't be spending too much money on a situation like that when it's just been a few months and you just got into the house.
And that's very true. Oftentimes when we get into a home for the first time, we're not really familiar with all of the mechanicals and other issues that are within the home itself. So a home warranty can provide a backstop for a person who purchased a home and maybe have outlaid a good amount of their cash in order to be able to do so. Will a home warranty affect the strength of a potential buyer's offer when they are looking to purchase a new home?
I personally haven't seen that happen. I have had, a seller come back and ask to not pay for the home warranty during the offer situation, but our offers and the other terms were still the strongest offer in a multiple offer situation. So I don't think that the home warranty and asking for one holds a lot of weight in terms of whether or not my offer will get accepted or declined. But that's why I would suggest that, you always should ask. Doesn't hurt to ask.
I agree with you. I think it's pretty safe to say that asking for a home warranty when purchasing a new home is certainly not a deal killer on any kind of transaction, even in a multiple offer situation. As we've all seen in years past, home warranties were really par for the course in nearly every transaction. It had one 10 plus years ago. Notwithstanding what's happened in the real estate market within the last couple of years. Brianna, where and why would a buyer ask for a home warranty?
Well, in our offer, in our purchase agreement, it's actually written right there into the offer whether or not they want a home warranty. And I suggest that everyone should get one just for the sake of you don't know what could happen. And then also, as we go through the process at the inspection point, if it turns out that maybe some of the mechanicals are a little bit older, but not necessarily at risk at the moment or not breaking at the moment, that would be a time to ask for a home warranty so that once we close, if something were to happen, you can still be protected. And a seller would be more likely to accept it at that point instead of giving concessions or repairing something that could be a little bit more costly to repair at that point. So you're saving money for you and you're saving money for the seller.
It makes a whole ton of sense. And with any other type of business, there is competition in the home buyer warranty space as well. Many different ones offer different levels of coverage and protection to be able to help homeowners as far as purchasing their new home, as well as different price points. So someone can get more coverage or less coverage depending on their needs. Anne Marie and Brianna, this question is to both of you. In general, here in Southeast Michigan, there are a couple of different home buyer warranty organizations that are out there. Can you name a couple that you have done business before in the past with?
I've almost most exclusively worked with America's Preferred Home Warranty. They're a really great program. One of the things that they boast is the ability to choose your own licensed contractor, where some home warranties you have to use. There are certain contractors that they allow with, but as long as you call America's Preferred first, then you talk to your contractor, see what's fixed before they fix anything. You'll call the America's Preferred back, let them know what the issue is, and let them know how much it'll cost, and then you'll pay your deductible and move forward. They were the ones that were with that one client that I mentioned earlier as well. So they've been really good.
Very good. Anne Marie, does a buyer getting a home warranty affect the mortgage process?
It does not affect the mortgage process at all. It's just a portion of the purchase agreement. The only thing that you have to look for with a home warranty is how it's going to impact you after you close. So for the mortgage process, we do an appraisal, which again is not the same as a home inspection. It's just something where the appraiser goes out and determines that the house is in at least average condition and they're doing a valuation of that property. So I just want to make sure that people understand the difference in that home warranty is not going to affect our mortgage in any way, shape, or form.
When we do a pre-approval for a borrower, we always want to go ahead and put them in the best situation possible here at Michigan First, with making sure that you have the most amount of buying leverage and the most amount of protection as you walk into that offer. So when you go ahead and ask for and receive a home buyer warranty on your new home, realize that it in no way affects the overall qualification from you. Anne-Marie, when a borrower reaches out to you in order to get pre-approved and the subject of a home warranty comes up, what kind of general conversation do you have with your borrowers in regards to a home warranty?
Well, I would certainly always encourage a home warranty, certainly because a lot of people do use a lot of their savings, that anything that they have in reserve in order to provide their down payment, prepaids and closing costs, all of the money that's needed for closing. However, when it comes to the home warranty, I usually defer to the realtor that they're working with. I frequently work with Brianna, and she has a close relationship with the home warranty company that she uses, and she's probably a better resource than I am in order to provide some information to a consumer.
And with that, we will have both Brianna and Anne-Marie's information available for you at the end of the call. Feel free, please, to reach out to them with any questions or concerns that you may have. As I see that we don't have any questions in the chat box, we'll move on to the wrap-up session for our call today and talk about some takeaways, things that these subject matter experts want you to know as you move forward into going ahead and purchasing your new home. I'll start with you, Anne-Marie. Can you name for us a couple of takeaways that you would like your potential buyers to know about home warranties?
Well, I just want to indicate that, again, the buyer is not necessarily responsible. That it's usually in a market such as we have today, where it's not necessarily a seller's market as it has been over the past 2 years, that you do have some leverage to ask a seller to pay for that home warranty. So that's one of the important things, that it's something that doesn't have to be a buyer cost, that you could definitely ask your realtor to ask for them to do that for you. Have the seller pay that.
I think that's a very important part. As many have seen and realized over the last few years in the real estate industry, things have been quite different than they have been in years past, with the lack of negotiating on the buyer's side in order to be able to purchase a property. We, of course, are seeing that change back to what it was prior to the last few years. A healthy market where buyers and sellers have some ability to negotiate. So feel free to go ahead and ask for a home warranty when you're looking to make that offer on the home. It's only going to go ahead protect you and your family when going ahead and closing on that new home. Brianna, I'm going to flip over to you and ask, what are some of the important takeaways you'd like folks to know in regards to purchasing a home warranty on their new home?
Well, one, definitely touching on what you and Anne-Marie just said, that we're definitely in a good market right now where buyers have a lot of negotiation power in order to ask for those things. So don't be afraid to ask for it when we are putting in our offers. But also, you really want to make sure you know what it covers. Make sure that you're aware that it's not an entire home protection program just for the essentials that's in the house, your electrical, your plumbing, and your appliances, some parts of the roof and things like that. So if there are any bigger situations happening in the home when we're going out and we're making inspections, keep in mind what you can use a home warranty to cover and what you shouldn't use what you wouldn't be able to use a home warranty cover when you're picking out your home.
Excellent points to both of you. As we move forward into wrapping up here, I'd like to go ahead and take a moment to thank you both for your time in regards to this subject that does have a lot of questions. It looks like we do have a question in the chat box before we finish up. The question is, if the buyer needed to use the warranty, who do they contact? And I think we touched base on that briefly earlier, but Brianna, would you like to go ahead and answer that question?
Yeah, so you're going to want to contact your home warranty company first before you reach out to anyone to repair the product. Because depending on which company you go with, you may have to go with a specific repairman or contractor, or you can choose your own. As I mentioned before, with America's Preferred, you could choose your own, but always call them first, let them know there is an issue. Then you call your contractor to get the quote, and then you'll call your company back and let them know what that quote is before they continue on with the service so that they can set up how to pay said contractor.
Well said. Absolutely. I oftentimes tell folks it often works a lot like car insurance. You got to call and open up a claim before you go ahead and take her to the shop. So with that, we will move into some closing remarks and some contact information. I'd again like to thank again Anne Marie Rogers and Ms. Brianna Tinsley for joining us today on this topic. Their information is below and they are available for any questions or concerns. Brianna is an excellent agent and can help guide you through the process of purchasing your new home. And Anne Marie is an excellent loan officer with many years of experience to help guide you through the mortgage qualification process for your new home. I want to say thank you again to all of you and to all of you who've joined us today. Questions or concerns, feel free to please email us anytime. And thank you again for attending our seminar.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks for having me.